Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, therefore I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well. If there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it cannot be helped, and hopefully it isn't too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision 2021 related video here on my channel, and we are now less than a month away from finding out the winner of this year's upcoming contest, which is of course scheduled to take place next month at the Ahoy in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Now in this video, I'm only going to be talking for a little while. It's pretty much a bit of an update video. We've had some news recently that I thought I'd discuss, and also the Eurovision CD for this year's contest has now been released. I've got the physical copy in front of me, it arrived in the post. I'll be talking about that in just a moment. I think the two main bits of news though, firstly, Australia. It was confirmed earlier this week that Montaigne and her team will not be travelling to the Netherlands for this year's contest. Will we have more artists pull out of travelling to the Netherlands for next month's show? We wait and see. I always thought it was very likely, to be honest with you, that Australia wouldn't travel. It's a long way to come, and I know that some countries, in terms of what the rules are regarding their borders and flights, it varies from place to place. I know some countries, I believe, have rules in place where if it's essential travel, you can fly wherever. I don't really know, I haven't looked into it in any great depth, but I thought Montaigne might be able to come to the Netherlands because Eurovision's such a big event. It would be a real booster perhaps for the country if she was able to travel there and do a great job. But no, she's not coming, which means that her recorded performance will be used instead. Now, this will be quite interesting because we've never had anything like this at Eurovision before, so it'll be interesting to see how it all comes together, how smooth that process will be. Anybody who's in the arena for the first semi-final, I imagine they'll just watch it on the massive LED screen. That leads me on to my next point. Of course, the stage has pretty much now been constructed. It's this huge LED backdrop. We knew what the stage was going to look like. It was the stage design that was revealed to us well over a year ago that would have been used for the 2020 contest had it happened. So yeah, this big LED wall, absolutely massive. Lots of lights all around the arena. The green room is obviously in the arena as well, which wasn't the case for the Tel Aviv 2019 show because it was such a small venue that year. But this time the green room's taking up a lot of floor space in the Ahoy, which makes sense because obviously we have a limited capacity crowd. I think it's 3,500 for the three shows. And I think the top tier isn't being used either. Anyway, it looks fabulous, and I'm sure it will look great on TV as well. Technical rehearsals start next week, and then the delegations will start arriving, and the actual rehearsals that everybody's interested in will begin before we know it. Really looking forward to them. I imagine we'll be getting clips on the official Eurovision YouTube channel too. It's going to be great. And of course, that's when we can really start thinking about who's going to qualify, who might win, because once we have an idea of the staging and how the whole thing is going to come together, that can really change people's opinions. I can't wait, really can't wait. It's looking very good for Malta at the moment. I've got to be honest with you, I am now leaning very much towards a Maltese victory. It would be fantastic if that was the case. Destiny would be the first person to win Junior Eurovision and the Grown-Up contest. She's still only 18. She's got an incredible voice, remarkable confidence, and I think it's looking very, very good for her indeed. A good slot in the grand final because she will be there. It could be one hand on the trophy, if you see what I mean. Switzerland are up there in the odds still, although I have to say I think his chances are fading a little bit, whereas the momentum is still sort of with Malta. Italy are up there, did make a video all about them very recently, but as much as I'd love to see Maneskin win, I think top 5 at best. But who knows? Who knows? It could be a very close result this year. I've always thought that ever since we got the full lineup of songs. France, those jury points could be absolutely enormous. And then who else is up there? Bulgaria's up there, I can see that song winning maybe. Iceland, I don't think so. But I imagine it's probably going to be between 4 or 5 countries. I will be making a video very soon going through the countries that I think are in with a chance of winning and why I think that. So that will be coming probably next week. Anyway, the CD arrived today. Here it is. And I pre-ordered this ages ago. And when I came home from work, the package was on the ground outside my house. Outside the porch door. They couldn't put it inside the porch, just left it on the ground for anybody to take. Ridiculous. Anyway, here it is, 2 CDs of course. I have all of the Eurovision CDs. Earlier this year I acquired the Eurovision 2000 CD. There is a 1999 one, but some of the songs are missing, and it's very hard to get a hold of, so I don't really see the point in having it. But anyway, I just thought I'd briefly go through this, because I think I did for last year's cancelled contest too. That's what disc 1 looks like, this sort of geometric style they've gone for this year, if that's the right term to use. I imagine we'll be getting glimpses of what the postcards will look like, actual footage of the postcards. I imagine we'll be getting teasers for that pretty soon, and also just on-screen graphics, which I have to say I always look forward to as well. We've got a booklet. Of course we have a booklet, and no message from Jon Ole Sander this time. Instead, it's Martin Österdahl. I'll read it to you. The Eurovision Song Contest is back, and it's never been more welcome. In 2019, Eurovision Song Contest participants dared to dream in Tel Aviv. We could never have dreamed that just a year later we would have to cancel the world's largest live music event for the first time in 65 years. The return of the Eurovision Song Contest is not just welcomed by all the artists and songwriters taking part this year in Rotterdam, but by the millions of you that will watch the 3 spectacular shows from their homes across the globe. The contest's values of universality, I'm saying that wrong, but you know what I mean, inclusivity, and our tradition of celebrating diversity through music and uniting Europe on one stage are needed more than ever. Open up, that's the theme of course, to the 39 songs in this year's competition, and enjoy the 65th Eurovision Song Contest. So yeah, you've got pictures of all of the artists, of course. You can make out, who is that there? You can make out Tornica from Georgia at the bottom, Barbara at the top. Yes, Barbara at the top. Wonderful, wonderful. There is a movable LED screen as well as part of this year's stage setup. I'm wondering how that's going to play a part. And also there seems to be some cage-like structure off to one side. Part of me thinks that might be used for the Greek performance. They're really making a big deal of this. What is this cool, never-before-seen thing at Eurovision that Greece are bringing to the table? Part of me thinks that she's going to be flying around the stage on some sort of harness. Maybe it's going to be some sort of virtual reality thing, the likes of which we haven't quite seen before. Maybe she's going to start, I don't know, in the green room, and all of her performance is going to be off stage, if you see what I mean. I don't really know, but part of me thinks they're going all out for the staging, and that's maybe because they don't have a whole lot of faith in the song. I don't know, we've seen it before. Yeah, in terms of my ranking of this year's songs, it hasn't changed drastically at all, it must be said. The Bulgarian song by Victoria, I do like that more every time I hear it. The Danish entry, which I've always liked, I know not a lot of people do. The studio version, I prefer the live version. The orchestral version at Dansk Melodi Grand Prix, miles better than the studio cut in my opinion. It's amazing the impact live music can have. Same with the Italian song. I worry about Zitti e Buoni at Eurovision because the orchestra's not there. I mentioned that in a previous video. I'm hoping the UK's staging is bang on the money, but I am not getting my hopes up. Just getting into the Lithuanian track again. It's been a little while. I still think that's in with a decent shout of winning. Absolutely. Things have gone quiet with San Marino as well. Of course, we have the annual OGAE poll, which is the fan poll vote every year. Switzerland are winning that at the moment. They're not that far ahead of France, though. Loads of countries with 0 points at the moment, including the UK. Bulgaria are well behind too. There is another vote, the INFE poll as well, but I haven't really kept an eye on. So yeah, that's it. A brief update, not much else to say. There will be videos moving forwards. Now, because of work, I'm not going to have as much time this year to really invest myself in the contest, if you see what I mean. So I'm hoping to make videos as normal, but they probably won't be as long or as in-depth. Blog posts will be thin on the ground, there's no doubt about that. I simply will not have the time to type them up. But the week of the contest, the plan is video on Monday evening with my prediction for semi-final 1. Live reaction. Well, I'm not going to stream it live, but you know what I mean. Reaction to the semi-final 1 results on the Tuesday. That will be uploaded as soon as possible after the live show. On Wednesday, a review of semi-final 1, preview of semi-final 2, and my prediction for that show. Thursday, reaction to semi-final 2 results. Friday, review of semi-final 2, prediction for the grand final. And possibly on the Saturday, I'll be making a video reacting to the entire results process. Because I sort of did that for the Tel Aviv contest. I sort of started part way through the voting. Should have started right from the very beginning, of course. But anyway, that's the plan for the week of the contest. And it's less than a month away. Bring it on. Let me know your thoughts, anything Eurovision related. Feel free to ask questions that you might want me to answer in a future video. And until next time, hopefully the quality wasn't too bad. Just a little update this. A shame Australia won't be present. Does that mean their chances are dead and buried? I'm starting to think maybe so, unfortunately. I was thinking that anyway, but now that Montaigne won't be there, part of me thinks people will just instantly forget about it, even though it's quite an up-tempo, striking song. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye for now.